When does all-in stop being a strategy and start being obsession? And what does it say about the Dodgers' ruthless pursuit of immortality that they're willing to sacrifice 4 years of cost-controlled pitching just to rent a Cy Young caliber ace for one season? Good afternoon, Dodger Nation. It's Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, and if you thought the Los Angeles Dodgers were done making headlines, if you thought Andrew Friedman was finally going to take a breath and enjoy the roster he's already assembled, then you clearly don't understand what this organization is about. Because according to a detailed report from Sebastian Abden Ibarra, the Dodgers' pursuit of Milwaukee Brewers ace Freddy Peralta has reached a critical juncture, and the price tag is now crystal clear. The Brewers want a big league-ready starter in return, someone who can step into their rotation on opening day and eat innings. And the name that keeps coming up, the player most likely to be sacrificed on the altar of championship glory, is Emmett Sheehan. But before we dive into the specifics of this potential blockbuster, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the flamethrower in the bullpen, because buried in this report is a casual bombshell that somehow flew under the radar. The Dodgers have already signed Edwin Diaz, the elite closer formerly of the New York Mets. Let me say that again. Edwin Diaz, the guy with the entrance music that makes stadiums erupt, the guy who throws triple-digit heat and a slider that makes hitters look like they're swinging underwater. He's already in a Dodgers uniform. So now we're talking about a team that not only has 6 potential aces in the rotation, but also has one of the most dominant closers in baseball locking down the 9th inning. If you're an opposing team, if you're trying to figure out how to beat this roster, good luck. Because even if you somehow scratch out a run or two against Ohtani, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, Sasaki, or Peralta, you still have to face Edwin Diaz with a game on the line. That's not fair. That's not competitive balance. That's a cheat code. Now, let's get back to Freddy Peralta, because this is where things get really interesting. The Brewers know they're going to lose Peralta after 2026. He's entering the final year of his contract, and there's no way Milwaukee can afford to pay him what he's going to command on the open market. So they're in sell mode, but they're not interested in a typical rebuild package. They don't want a bunch of 17-year-old prospects who might pan out in 5 years. They want a big league-ready pitcher, someone who can step into Peralta's spot and help them compete in 2026. That's a very specific ask, and it limits the pool of potential trade partners. But the Dodgers, they've got exactly what Milwaukee is looking for. According to the report, the Brewers have a wish list, and most of the Dodgers' young arms don't fit the bill. Roki Sasaki is untouchable. He just had a heroic finish to the 2025 season, and there's no way the Dodgers are trading him. Gavin Stone and River Ryan are both coming off injuries, and Milwaukee views them with skepticism. They don't want damaged goods. They want someone they can trust to take the ball every 5th day and give them quality innings. And that leaves one name, Emmett Sheehan. Let's talk about what the Dodgers would be giving up here, because this isn't a small sacrifice. Emmett Sheehan is 26 years old, which means he's still young, but also big league ready. He's proven he can pitch at the highest level, posting a 3.17 ERA in his time with the Dodgers. He's got an elite spin rate on his fastball, the kind of invisible pitch that hitters just can't catch up to. And most importantly, he's under team control through 2029, which means the Dodgers would have 4 more years of cost-controlled mid-rotation pitching. That's incredibly valuable, especially in an era where starting pitching is expensive and hard to find. So, why would the Dodgers even consider trading him? Because Freddy Peralta isn't just a mid-rotation guy. He's a legitimate ace. He posted a 2.70 ERA in 2025, struck out 204 batters, and finished 5th in Cy Young voting. He's the kind of pitcher who can dominate in October, who can shut down elite lineups, who can give you 7 or 8 innings of one-run ball in a playoff game. Emmett Sheehan is solid. Freddy Peralta is elite. And when you're chasing a three-peat, when you're trying to build a dynasty, you trade solid for elite every single time. But here's the catch. Peralta is a rental. He's only under contract for 1 more year. So the Dodgers will be trading 4 years of Emmett Sheehan for 1 year of Freddy Peralta. That's a massive gamble. It's the kind of move that only makes sense if you're absolutely convinced that 2026 is your year, that this is your window, and that you need to go all in right now. And based on everything we've seen from this front office, that's exactly what they believe. The report also mentions Jackson Ferris, the Dodgers' 6th-ranked prospect, as a potential piece in this deal. Ferris is a pitcher who's projected to make his big league debut in 2026, which means he fits Milwaukee's criteria of being close to ready. If the Dodgers package Sheehan and Ferris together, that's a massive overpay for a 1-year rental. But here's the thing. If it keeps Freddy Peralta out of a Yankees uniform, if it prevents New York from getting the ace they desperately need, then maybe it's worth it. Because this isn't just about improving the Dodgers. It's about weakening the competition. It's about making sure that when October rolls around, there's only one team that has the pitching depth to survive a long playoff run. Let's talk about the strategic brilliance of this move, because it's not just about adding talent. It's about roster construction. Right now, the Dodgers have 6 potential aces: Ohtani, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, Sasaki, and potentially Peralta. That's an embarrassment of riches. But here's the reality. Over the course of a 162-game season, guys get hurt, guys get tired, guys hit rough patches. Having 6 aces means you can weather any storm. It means that even if 2 guys go down, you're still trotting out 4 elite starters. That's the kind of depth that wins championships. That's the kind of depth that makes you unstoppable. And let's not forget about Edwin Diaz. The fact that he's already in the fold changes everything. Because now the Dodgers don't just have the best rotation in baseball, they have the best bullpen closer. 2, imagine you're facing the Dodgers in a playoff game. You got to navigate 7 or 8 innings against one of their aces. And then you've got to face Edwin Diaz in the 9th with his entrance music blaring and the crowd going insane. That's psychological warfare. That's the kind of thing that breaks teams before the first pitch of the 9th inning is even thrown. So where does this leave us? Well, the framework of the deal is clear. The Brewers want a big league-ready starter, and Emmett Sheehan fits the bill. The question is whether the Dodgers are willing to pull the trigger, whether they're willing to trade 4 years of cost-controlled pitching for 1 year of elite production. And based on everything we know about Andrew Friedman, based on the moves he's made over the past few years, I think the answer is yes. Because this front office doesn't hoard assets. They don't play it safe. They go all in when the window is open. And right now, that window is wide open. If this deal goes through, if Freddy Peralta ends up in a Dodgers uniform, we're looking at rotation that's historically dominant. Ohtani, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, Sasaki, Peralta. That's 6 guys who could be the ace on almost any other team. And with Edwin Diaz closing games, the Dodgers would have a pitching staff that's virtually unbeatable. The 2026 season might be over before it even starts. Because how do you compete with that? You can't. And that's exactly what the Dodgers are counting on. If this breakdown got your heart racing, do me a favor. Smash that like button and drop a comment below. Do you think the Dodgers should trade Emmett Sheehan for Freddy Peralta, even if it's just a 1-year rental? Or should they hold on to their young pitching and trust the rotation they already have? Let me know what you think. because this is the kind of move that defines dynasties. And I want to hear from every single one of you. Let's go Dodgers.